Diving into the server here.
Yeah.
Ready for some fun, ready for some spice, and holy calzone. I know who was bringing the spice in the last map. This is Mr. Cxzi. John, those stats were mind-boggling.
They were juicy. 30-6, 193.1 ADR, 1.87 frags per round, a KDR of 5, and a 3.07 rating. Those numbers are ludicrous, and that's what Cxzi done map number 1. No way he repeats that here, right?
Unless he does.
Oh.
Unless he does. Unless he does. Let's see.
Like unboxing 2 knives in a row, Mike.
It would indeed. It would indeed. Let's see. First round. We're off to the races. Flashbangs in. They're rocking out on towards B. It's nicely red, but somehow no kills have come through despite a whole lot of red bars popping up. There's even still a player at Coffins. 10 alive in the post plant. Podalone on 1 HP. Okay, finally first blood. Too many bullets going down range for that to have taken that long. Oh, People's on the fate. He gets one. They're all here. They're all here, and Viz is battling. They're spotting players. It all falls to CJ. And Viz and Cxzi will pick up the full house.
How does that happen? Party Astronauts had so much damage taken. I think 3 of the 5 players were below 30 HP because of how much utility and tap damage was done by Nouns. I think someone just rage quit at this point. I mean, I would too. No, I'm kidding. But 1-0 for the Party Astronauts. Everyone on Nouns stymied in that one again, even though it looked like they had the advantage. Look, it's just pistol round, and we really don't know why the Party Astronauts picked into this map. We figured it was an ace up their sleeve. That's why they decided to, go to Inferno. Probably practiced for it, figuring that they'd be up against Nouns. And yeah, I mean, like, this is just, it could be a 2-0 for the Party Astronauts, which I wasn't coming in here expecting at all.
No, I don't think any of us were.
We're still really early into it, right? I don't want to get too excited about a 2-0 because it's just round number 1. But
sure,
just that momentum from map 1, the way it went, and we talked about the mental for Nouns being something that they struggle to get back into the rhythm, right?
Yeah, I mean, Nouns looked just completely limp, right?
Yeah.
That's the big issue. They looked completely limp, and unfortunately, seems like they're going to need a new server. So we're going to take a quick little break here, folks. We'll be right back in when that new server is ready to roll. we are back. Ready into the action. Party Astronauts winning the pistol round. Now getting their buy up. Nouns will be forcing. Thanks for bearing with us during the server change. Maybe the server will fix them. Maybe that's the solution. Oh, a couple nades. Look at those junkers. Players already tagged up. B-Wills and Marky looking worse for the wear. That's very effective utility usage early on from the Party Astronauts. With a man advantage. They're feeling pretty dang good about this second round. They don't know it, but there's no one on the B side. They've smoked out the only CT presence, so they'll go for a flower pot boost to try and answer it. That PA have gone silent here, John.
Yeah. They want to... I guess they're trying to convince Nouns that the B site won't be their final destination. Very quietly approaching. There we go. Util's out now. Good setup for Nouns. I mean, B-Wills could do some damage if he comes out. Nope. Doesn't come out at the right time. So that's going to be the B site more than likely lost. You have CJ in the back lines with the Deagle, but he has to wait for reinforcements. Going out here solo dolo won't really make sense because he'll just go down and then his teammates will have an even harder time going for the retake. They might even just save.
They will indeed. They'll keep what they have going into the next. I mean, Deeg's armor, little bits of utility. It's something better than nothing. That's a fat lot of what they'll have in the next round. They don't keep these guns alive. CJ trying for an exit. Almost gets it. Almost gets it. Gonna be a little sad he didn't get that one on Pwn alone. But 1 HP is enough for whole Pwn. They're hunting. They're feeling frisky. Maybe a little too frisky.
Yeah, I mean,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, they got another one.
Marky down. It's worth.
No
No
way!
survivors. No survivors. Not a second to spare there, but no one will make it out for now. So well worth the sacrifice of a young chop.
At this point, they're not rubbing salt to the wound. They're pouring it in. They're pouring it in and just laying it on this Noun squad. Party Astronauts. I mean, if you have the type of advantage you got on that map, number one, you want to keep the pressure on. There's no question. You want to keep Nouns in a very tough spot round after round if you're able to. And that's what they're doing. No real buy-ups into this one for Nouns except for a couple of P250s. That's all. 3 players on the B site. They are all stacked up near new box. One's on second boost here, or second box, excuse me.
I'm enjoying all this HE usage from Party Astronauts.
Yeah.
Getting some substantial damage off of the nades. You do know how I love my HEs. Molotov forces them out. Ben finds himself a pair, and at this point, they know where the last player is. Yeah, only a matter of time there for B-Wills. Best case scenario, he gets one. That's not gonna happen. So the bomb's down. The round over. We weren't expecting much of it, but we get nothing. It's about to expectation.
Oh, maybe Chop goes down.
All right, Marky, clinical as ever. Just a Mac 10 gain, but it is something. And let's see. These two SMGs are definitely going to hunt. They don't even really want to take them into the next round here, John, so why not get frisky?
Yep. There's one down. Marky, the last potential target here for the Party Astronauts. He's waiting around mid. Eventually, someone's going to get there. Either Pwn alone or Ben Lead. Tucked in, and Marky gets a second.
He does indeed. This one making him a little bit more money. Gonna give them the option to have the AWP up in the next round. Right, 3,700 on Marky. Plenty of cash to drop that over for a teammate if they want it.
Really?
And hey, a little more. Why not?
Finally. But the damage done, right? And the money gained by Marky, that's more than worth it. I mean, you get $1,800, which is more than a Mac 10 costs.
No
and
op.
you can also drop the op. They choose not to drop the op, though, Mike. It's going to be A1Ss.
Interesting. Yeah, fully invested from Marky here. Full head armor up as well. I mean, there could be Mac 10s on the other side, even though Marky killed them all. So that's an interesting one. Seems like we are just going to have a little blip as we get this sorted out here, folks. So we should be just in a second. But now we get the gun round. Now we get the gun round from Nouns. And I think that normally we would say, okay, it's just early map. You know, we're feeling out what's going to happen. But because of the nature of what happened on Mirage, because of how these first few rounds have started, if you're Nouns, it's important to at least start to take some control of the pace, to take some control of these rounds, to show that, you know, you can compete. Because frankly, we are not used to seeing Nouns look this limp.
Yeah. Well, certainly not. And I mean, not going for the op, I'm not sure if that's a lack of confidence or perhaps Cynic just isn't really feeling it right now. Who knows what the reason behind it is, but they will have all the rifles. And like you mentioned, maybe they're thinking, oh, there's a MAC-10 in the mix, but there isn't. You're right. Marky took them all down. It's going to be 4 AKs and the AWP on the Party Astronauts side. B Wills over at Sandbags atop Banana. He's supported by Carson. And Carson's going to get that Molotov toss deep, so that will delay the Party Astronauts a little bit further. Nade comes out. Tiny bit of damage onto Cxzi. Nothing really to worry about. The earlier volley was, though. Cxzi gets the opener. He just peeks around that corner. Dry. Oh, no, excuse me. He got a flashbang. Sorry. Pummeling through that flashbang very effectively. And it's a 5v4 in favor of P. I'm just used to Cxzi being so impressive that I invent things now.
I mean, he's 7-0 right now. He is that impressive. He's continued. He's now got
2 kills per round.
37 kills through 20 rounds of play. This is the 20th round of play in this best of 3. So, yeah, that's pretty astonishing. Cxzi going to be dropped in this one. His first death of the map. We traded, but this pit position's a problem. They can't deal with Marky, and Cynic is causing so much chaos. This one's a non-starter. It's looking like a done deal. They're stuck in apartments, and they couldn't get out, and they just commit late.
Wow.
Blunders there from Party Astronauts, and what a time for Nouns to come alive. The defense on A holds strong.
Yeah, I mean, Marky staying alive in that situation was the reason why Nouns are able to take that so cleanly, because, I mean, look, once he stays alive in pit, that means you can't drop down. You're stuck in the apartments. You have Cynic who's pressuring from the site proper, so you're just standing there hoping you're going to win one of the fights, and they won neither. And then the last 2 players, again, stuck in no man's land. The smokes were geysing off their vision, and it was taken care of by Nouns who knew where they were. So a first round picked up a lot earlier, of course. Then they got that first round over on Mirage. Party Astronauts still enough money to get a decent buy up through here. 3 AKs, the Tech 9, and the Galil. Perhaps the magic, oh my goodness, for Cxzi is going to end down to 42 HP. He's eaten that util to hold this spot. Now a Molotov sails in. That missed the mark, though. That was not supposed to go on the backside of that half wall. It's okay, though. Nouns are going to back off, not taking any damage from that. Although they do give up the space as a result. Chop leaning in towards Boiler. Crossfire, potentially something for him to worry about. Deep smoke thrown. That's going to be walked in front of by Cynic. I like the idea here. He'll still be able to support CJ. CJ backs off to hold a more passive angle, and this should be Cynic. Yeah, nicely done.
Chop's just trying to catch on the timing. Gonna pop the smoke and go through. Ooh, nearly lethal for them. Carson had the lineup, and there's a player up on flower plots as well. Bentley gonna lay that low. Now there's no one in sight, so bomb gonna go down. Both on 60 is low, but the positioning's great for this defense. They need CJ to get over here with the util. They got a molly, they got some flashes. Let's see if Cxzi can find this first kill from Coffins. It makes the retake much more difficult. Cynic, though, wise to that spot. It's not the first time PA have occupied it, and he's ready. He's able to get one, but it's up to this crossfire. Pwn alone! Snappy with the tack, and now it comes down to the clutch. He might just have it.
Oh, no.
Sidearms for both, and Pwn alone will come out on top.
Oh my goodness, Pwn alone with the tech gets a 2K, and the Party Astronauts pull one out of their hats again. In that round, they were so low on HP after that fight towards Banana. I thought that it was done because of the fact that only 30, I think, HP of damage was done the other way versus like almost 150 to the Party Astronauts. But still, they keep going and they win the fights. They get a shot, I think, on the Flower Pots player and then continue to charge forward. I like the positioning for Cxzi, and even though he goes down, Party Astronauts hang on in that post plan and needed a clutch from Pwn alone. Those are the types of rounds, if you're announced, you don't want to be losing confidence-wise. You need to get those under your belt. Now they're going to force up into this round 2 A1Ss, 2 MP9s, and the Deagle. But again, this banana control is being taken by the party astronauts round after round, and this time Nouns don't have as much util to really challenge. They're hanging on to the nades for now. I don't know if they're over on the B site. They have one on the B site that they can toss forward here, along with the Molotov. So perhaps just waiting a little bit longer before they deploy it. Oh my goodness. It's just one player here. It's just Cxzi. He's keeping 3 players on the B site, Mike.
The position they're going to struggle with is Marky here, just in the corner. That's up to Chop. If he wins the duel, pit position shouldn't matter. It's just SMGs here, right? But Marky, if he holds on to this, he can get a rifle upgrade, and then he can help either defend the site or mount the retake.
No. Yeah.
Not the way that was supposed to go. Don't know what Chop was trying to throw, but he did not throw it successfully. Now they've got that rifle. Now they've got that position in apps. This is so powerful. Bomb can still be planted, but they haven't dealt with pit. That's the first rotator in. They don't know CJ's here. Hasn't revealed himself yet. That nade will give it away. But Benlead's not able to respond in time. Still, Marky's dealt with in apps. That makes life a lot easier. They've got this mid position. If Cxzi can get around, timing is everything, but Pwn alone catches Cynic, and now it's a strong position to play from. Holds on to mid. So CJ's held onto the spot so very long, but it just doesn't matter in the end. Cxzi comes for him too.
It's a ton of damage. Sorry, it's a ton of damage for CJ at the very least with the MP9, but I mean, his teammates really weren't supporting him in that situation, which I can't really blame them either, given the fact that 3 party astronauts were still on that A site, and we all know that A on Inferno is one of the most difficult sites to retake in all of Counter-Strike, at least in the active map pool. So,
it's a little more viable now, but yes, still a bear.
But it's still very difficult. There's so many angles to clear when you're walking in there.
At least now Graveyard's a little less
yes, agreed. That's one less thing that you'll have to worry about as much without having the gate there and everything guising off your vision. But it's still there to an extent.
Yes,
anyway,
absolutely.
Yeah, 5-1 for the party astronauts. Pistols only on Nouns. That nade's gonna hurt. No, it's not.
There's a wall.
Marky's on the other side. Excuse me.
All good. All good.
Misreading the X-ray. Not good for him anymore as he goes down to Chop's Galil. And Chop's going to play this intelligently. He's not going to push out. He's got the advantage for his team. And the B site is being rotated off of here due to Nouns not having that much firepower. They want to try and stack a site. So, party astronauts playing it perfectly at this point.
This has just been a disastrous day for Nouns. Right? And you're seeing it, I mean, even in their setups, we're used to Nouns being such an aggressive, proactive team. And they just really haven't been much at all. And I can understand this. You just got pistols. Carson does get one, but there's just no real chance at a retake. You don't have the util, you don't have the firepower. But it's weird. We're not seeing banana fights. Out from Nouns. We're not seeing, I mean, they're kind of poking and prodding apps, but we've like seen Marky hiding around corners in apps. We haven't really seen mid swings.
This is not the Nouns style of play. We didn't see it on Mirage. I already talked about it. Here, they're playing like they're playing scared. They're playing passive on banana. It's so strange.
I feel like maybe they're trying to play more disciplined, trying to play more under control. I can understand that being a conclusion you reach from your Euro tour, but it's obviously limiting their effectiveness right now. And look, Inferno's a hard map, period, on the CT side. This one's obviously something's got to change. Something has to change. They could get the off up in this round if they wanted. Cynic, they've stayed away from it sometimes. Keep an eye on his buy.
Look, and we also have to keep in mind, Mike, that their economy hasn't been the greatest, so maybe they haven't really been able to challenge as much as they'd like to on banana with the utility, right? So
no op.
Still no op. They had enough money.
Yeah, plenty of it. Cynic, I mean, he's going to keep 11K.
Why? Weird. Yeah, I mean, the op can be so potent on Inferno, both down banana and mid. I understand maybe not deploying it, but I don't know.
Some teams have been staying away from it. I mean, this is the team where Cynic is, at the best of times, been a hybrid.
Agreed.
But there we go. All right, flashback in. That's what I like. A little bit of a fight for top mid, but Cxzi is so quick to respond. This guy's unreal right now. No way.
Dude.
At least they'll catch him with a smoke in hand, but Cxzi still finds his pound of flesh. Damage damage done, but it's disadvantage. The money's been so putrid.
Oh, that nade? Maybe? No.
Does it find?
Oh,
Yeah,
it does.
No, it's a mortar strike. Ponalone now down. Absolutely. Now they're confirmed. Ooh, fortunately, he played it behind the fountain there, Viz. Because the nade pop to check him was a brilliant idea. Marky and CJ, can they get this through? This would be huge. They need it. They need it. And Chop is making the cheeky play. He's rapping. He's encircling. They were
He's got
on the
him.
timing. Missing it on the timing. Marky has no idea.
No.
Oh, turns.
What?
Marky, the game sense is incredible. And now it falls to Viz in the clutch. Time is ticking down. They have a kit. They have a kit, but Viz can't connect his shots. And so there'll be time enough for the defuse. Just a thought for Marky. Where'd that second player go in the nick of time?
Chop whiffed too, though. I feel like Chop whiffed a little bit on that one. That is so tough. Agreed, Marky does turn around and save the day, but I think Chop could have had him. There was time enough for him to hit his spray. Unbelievable. I was going to say, that's one of those rounds for Nouns. If you win it, you kind of get a little bit of momentum back into it, but if you lose it, then the wind is completely out of your sails, and you're really going to start to struggle. So good for them, at least, to pull it off and get that round victory. On the other side, though, the Party Astronauts probably feeling a little rough because it felt like they had the advantage. That was a good mortar strike as well to start off that retake.
Yeah. I mean, I think, Chop probably feels a little silly.
Oh, yeah, no question.
End of the day, shake that off. You got the chance to break their eco immediately. It came down to just 2 alive. And look at this control. Look at this spacing. They're all the way through A long. It's big trouble for the players on site. Just about to say, AJ, he's got nothing. Second player down. It's over. This round's over. It's a save. It's a save for Nouns. Their money is going to be desperate. Every kill here is worth its weight in gold. Surely Cxzi is dead.
No way! No way!
He gets it. Okay. Gun barrel tempted Cxzi into his death. And with that, they might just be able to save. But still, it's Party Astronauts completely isolating the 1-round win from Nouns. Shutting them down and making sure that they're at the very least taking a lead out of this first half.
I really thought Cxzi was going to get that. B-Wolves did not hard clear it. He started worrying about logs a little bit, and, well, Cxzi could not catch B-Wolves completely off guard. So he does go down. Not really that Iron Man he was on map number 1, but still, 12-4, leads the charge on both sides. And he has been very impactful here. And of course, the Party Astronauts still win the round, of course. 7-2 in their favor. Isolating that 1 round, Nouns were able to pick up. At least, like you mentioned, they're able to save the rifles, and they can justify a buy-up into this round. But still, rounds.
Yeah, they need rounds. Economic victories, moral victories, they don't matter anymore. You need rounds. You got to do it from here on out. And Nouns... I mean, it's desperate, right? That's the other reality of the CT side. You can't chain some rounds together. It's just so desperate. They can feel it. The pressure mounting. Their tournament life at risk here. Go for the stack on B again. Now going for a salvo utility to actually take some aggressive control. That I like. There's no one here to receive it, but it doesn't mean they're going to have this map control. And so you could already see Cynic starting to float back, starting to rotate off. But CJ swinging. Why indeed, John? Why indeed? Cynic down, Marky gone. This one could be over.
It's still a chance for Nouns, but I mean, what I'm saying, why so passive? On the A site, both players playing really far back. Not really. Oh my goodness, B-Wilson just looking the wrong way. Gets blindsided by Ben Leet. They just look completely lost. It's really unfortunate for this to happen to Nouns at such a critical juncture of the season. But yeah, Carson last one standing. It's going to be 8-2 for the Party Astronauts. Economy really not great. I think they might have the full loss bonus still, or it will be the full loss bonus after this round.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, the idea there, take the banana control. But Broma's Party Astronauts just so quick in to the A site itself that you don't have the time to develop the map. PA's outcalled them every round, right? They've been decisive.
Yes.
They've taken the space. They found the gaps in the setups. We've seen it over again.
Yeah, and I mean, it's also a shift for Nouns, right? Because they were playing Cynic there, and I think CJ crossfiring with him for pretty much the beginning of, I'd say, the first 4 or 5 rounds, and now they faded off of it for some reason. And every single time, you're right, Party Astronauts are calling a perfect map because they're finding the gaps. Carson and B-Wills waiting at top banana. Nade, oh, chunky nade. Cynic and B-Wills down to around half health each. In fact, below half for Cynic. Now Cxzi's gonna peek it. He's hungry for frags. He wants to get a few more under his belt and try and repeat that Mirage performance. Oh, these nades are gonna be hurting him. He's down to 21. Can he still get a frag? No.
No.
Carson cleans his clock. It will be a man advantage for Nouns. But again, the Party Astronauts, they're through arch side.
They're up. They're trying to find the pressure. Cynic can't land a shot with the AWP. Molotov will slow him down for just a moment. But now the smoke's up, and the site players know. They've been put on warning. They know it's coming their way.
Chop's important here.
Marky from the mini pit. He's under siege. CJ goes 1 for 1 on site. Now they've spotted. Marky can't hang on. He gets one. That's still something. Keeps the numbers in their favor. But the bomb's down. It's a retake now. And Cynic just trying to roll the dice through smoke. That was desperation on Cynic. 3 HP. The nade finds him. Cynic and B-Wills.
Still
Basically wisps. Ghosts. They've got a molly. That could be huge for Pit. Comes their way. Chop's forced out. He takes it. But first one falters. Second as well. It's all under Carson. And he's got to go into a crossfire. A hopeless situation. 9 rounds on. And Chop, he's letting them know.
Putting in the PM, which Nouns have been known to do in the past as well. And Chop is feeling quite good after that performance. Nice. Just 2K there to make sure that they couldn't get past the site. Great teamwork and crossfire. 9-2 for the Party Astronauts. And it's the last round of this first half. Again, domination as a unit this time from PA. Cxzi still at the top, but not nearly as many frags as he had in Mirage.
No, yeah. I mean, still a phenomenal score.
Oh, yeah, still a frag per round.
The overall numbers are going to be bonkers when you look at this stat page for Cxzi. Again, 3.07 rating. HLTV rating on map 1. 3.07.
He's the undisputed best player in playoffs now after that. Like, there's no question.
It ain't close. Provided they seal the deal here. There's still plenty of Counter-Strike to play if Nouns start winning.
If.
They better... Here. The last round of the half. An XM for Cynic. Actually, this B setup's going to be tested. Carson's gone. Oh, pair of frags. This is a problem now. Cxzi finding his damage. He's just wiping them off of the B site. Confirms B-Will's position as well with his death. And with CJ, no.
Oh, what?
Moving. I was going to say, if CJ drops, it's over. But now he sets up a 1v2, a winnable situation. B-Wills will get an upgrade, and he's going to get a chance to make this round happen. CJ overlooked. That might have just been the difference maker here. A third round would be immense. B-Wills got his choice of pathing, but no information on their positions. He'll creep up short. There's no one in pit. It's Viz out towards Graveyard. His first point of contact, and Pwn alone to follow. There's the first. Gone to the sidearm. B-Wills. Pwn alone knows the damage that's been done. The gun barrel spot, and it's over. The Tech-9 serves. It suffices. And Party Astronauts are now just 3 rounds away from making it on, from eliminating Nouns from this season of the ESL Challenger League. We'll be back in a flash. This could be brief.
Could be.
Feeling more like Mirage than perhaps we expected. Though, we don't really know what to expect from Inferno. Party Astronaut showing.
No.
There's certainly no reason they haven't been playing it all month. They're very ready for this map. I just need to see if they have a CT side. They've got deep banana control early. They're going to be able to float the third player over. They've immediately got this map spacing, and they're just going to leave Cxzi alone. Trust that he can get her done with the dualies and rotate everyone to receive this A hit. Oh, and Pwn Alone's up to the task. 2 quick kills found. It's a massacre,
What?
and this one could be over. They've made John speechless. They've done it.
Yeah.
They've robbed you of words, John.
They have.
This never happens.
No, it doesn't. This is something else. It really is. What a performance. What a performance by the Party Astronauts. Pwn Alone tapping heads. Everyone looking on form. I mean, Cxzi, obviously, in particular, has been the MVP so far in this series. Party Astronauts haven't won it yet. It's only 2 more rounds, and taking that pistol without allowing a bomb plant is even better. Molotov's going to get tossed here. No choice for Nouns. You have to force up. You can't let the Party Astronauts get a 12th and go for an eco. Nade goes in. Oh, Beatles is dead to right. There's no chance. He does go down. Chop gets 2 more afterwards. Yeah, all going Chop's way. 3K for him. Carson, the last one standing. Let's see if Carson's got a clutch in him. Trying to get that Deagle headshot, but he gets smoked off, and now he's being pressured by 2 players from alt, mid, and mid. He's probably done, and he is. Ben Leet wraps it up with a pretty bow. 12-2, 10 chances for the Party Astronauts to close this out.
Now let's talk about some things, right? Because if the Party Astronauts close in one of these next 10 rounds, they will have a matchup with Boss in the Consolidation Final.
Yes.
And the winner of that will be guaranteed a spot in the next season of the ESL Pro League. That would mean that we here in North America are guaranteed to be sending an unsigned roster through to the ESL Pro League once again. A fine
If PA wins.
time on it. Boss is unsigned.
I said, I mean...
If PA wins here,
Nouns
yes. If they win
wins.
one of the next 10 rounds. It's looking like it might just be
Yes.
this one, John.
Yeah. Just
it's
saying.
looking like it might just be this one.
Yeah,
Ben
yeah.
wants that spot, wants
Oh
that
my
fight. It's all
goodness.
onto Marky. Marky with just a scout with a Molotov in his face. He'll find the first tag. But there's so many more needed, and Chop will allow nothing else. It's a massacre. It's domination here on Inferno. It's Party Astronauts taking off into the stratosphere, into orbit. They're going to Mars.
5 rounds. That is what the Party Astronauts limited Nouns to. Only 5